there's somehow a shift in your brain. Something happens. You're not even aware of it. It just happens. The fear goes away or whatever it is you're working on. I think that there's just a shift that helps you do what you want to do.
So what I want to talk with you about today was your experience as a wife and a mom from the transformational coaching we did for your family.
Mhm.
But first, before we do that, we met and you had an operation coming up. And tell me about that.
So I had scheduled a surgery and I was talking to my sister-in-law about it. And she's a nurse. And I told her I was a little concerned about having the surgery. And she didn't really make me feel any better because she was very concerned about the anesthesia. And it scared me. And so when you and I met, we talked about that and we did tapping about that. And I immediately felt a sense of relief when we finished.
Was there a difference between before and after?
Absolutely. I was scared before,
Oh,
and I'm not scared now.
okay. In that conversation, I'd asked you about your daughter, who I'd worked with for a series of 4 sessions, and I'd asked you, well, how's she doing from your point of view?
The reason that my husband, John, wanted her to attend the sessions, participate in the sessions, was because we were both really concerned about her, and we were really at a loss of what to do. And she had a pretty significant job. I think that once she lost that job, she just spiraled down. And she was really depressed and she was gaining weight and she was sleeping all the time. And we were just so concerned about her. She had just lost her spark. And then, so my husband, without even asking her if she wanted to do this, he just purchased the sessions for her. And to be honest, she went in a little bit of kicking and screaming, but she did them and she participated. And I really noticed a shift in her. I feel like she is back to her old self. She's happy. She's not blaming everybody else for her unhappiness. She's working 2 part-time jobs. Doesn't love either one of them, but she's also not complaining. And she's more motivated. I see a big difference in her.
Nice. And what about your husband?
Okay, so with my husband, John, he had shingles, a severe case of shingles. And he was in so much pain that he was either in bed or in a recliner for almost 2 years. And I was noticing that he was, rightly so, getting really depressed, just not motivated to do anything. I feel like he was just giving up. He's a trainer, so he had to go back into the classroom. And I know he was really concerned about whether or not he was going to be able to do that, if he would have the energy for it, if he would have the mental clarity and acuteness. He hadn't trained for 2 years, so he was very concerned about being able to deliver his training product at the level that he wanted to. And so, fortunately, you came into the picture. There was a significant shift. And he ended up going back into the classroom. I went with him just to help him out, and he just did a beautiful job. Our students were so pleased with the training, and I know he felt really good about it as well.
I remember seeing him leading up to working with him, and he could barely move, and I was kind of shocked.
Yep.
And to see the difference, to actually see him in the video 3, 4, I guess 5 months later, training was, wow, he really applied himself.
He really did. He really did. It wasn't easy for him. The fear was gone, and he wanted to do it.
So based upon maybe your own experience, what you've seen happen with your daughter and your husband, would you recommend this type of transformational coaching to others?
For me personally, and I think it might also be true of both my husband and my daughter, there's somehow a shift in your brain. Something happens. You're not even aware of it. It just happens. The fear goes away, or whatever it is you're working on. I think that there's just a shift that helps you do what you want to do.
Thank you, Cynde Adams.
Thank you. My pleasure.